Hi, it's Katie here from CreativeHealingPhilly.com. I hope you're all having a happy Saturday. So I am here at the Teen Support Center today, and I'm just catching up on some odds and ends, but I was really excited because throughout this week, all of my teen groups, we've been working on the self-soothe skill in DBT, which is all about engaging your senses and using all 5 senses in order to help you feel calm, in order to help you feel more balanced, and to cope with any kind of overwhelming feelings. And the way that we've been working on practicing this skill is by making lavender sparkly silly putty. So what I wanted to do for you today was actually show you the recipe, show you how we created it, and to tell you why it might be helpful for you or your teen. We also have Penny, our therapy dog, is at the office today. So if you hear barking in the background, that is Penny. So let's get started. Let me show you how we actually make the silly putty. Okay? All right. So we start with, I'm just going to show you the recipe, and then I'll show you the end result, and then I'll give you a link to actually download the recipe yourself as well. So we start with about 1.5 cups of regular flour. You want to have a big bowl. I have my big mixing bowl and my mixer right here. So start with 1.5 cups of flour and 1/2 cup of just regular old salt. So as we were making the silly putty throughout the week, everyone kept saying, are we making pizza dough? Because it definitely smells like pizza dough. Oh, see, there's Penny. I told you we'd hear her in the background. So you also want to put in 1 tablespoon of cream of tartar. Can you see that? And as much glitter as humanly possible, as much as you'd like. My teens wanted to glitter up their silly putty. So I had all different colors of glitter, and also a packet of food coloring, which I don't have to show you, but I got these little packets of food coloring at Giant. You could also use just a couple drops of food coloring. Then you also want to use 1 tablespoon of canola oil. So you mix up all of the dry ingredients, you put in the canola oil, and then about 6 ounces of warm water. So here at the Teen Support Center, we were using the Keurig for 6 ounces of hot water. And then you pour it in and you mix it all up. And at first it's going to be kind of sticky, so you want to keep mixing. We were using a mixing spoon until we got to the point when it was pretty clumped together, and then they were in there and using their hands to knead it and to create a kind of dough. And after the dough was fully formed, which this is what it looks like. Can you see the sparkles in there? It needs even more. We think it needs more glitter. Then you can actually put in some lavender essential oils, which helps with calming. And so when we did that, and then mixed it up again, you might need to throw a little bit more flour in there to make it less sticky. And then finally you'll get, the consistency of Play-Doh. And what we did was each teen just got a little container to take some home in. Thank you for the thumbs up. So what's really cool about this silly putty, or this Play-Doh, whatever you want to call it, is first the process of making it. They were able to engage all their senses. It matches my hair. They were able to engage all their senses. So I had already mentioned that they said it smelled like pizza dough. They were talking about how warm it was when they were kneading it because we used warm water for it. When we poured the food coloring in, they were talking about the brightness. So we were using, vision and smell and touch. And I don't know if there were any sounds related to it other than that I let them play calming music. I let them each choose a song as we were making it. So we were definitely able to engage all of the senses in creating the silly putty, which helps the teens get a sense of what works for them when they're feeling agitated, when they're feeling anxious, figuring out which one of the senses or how to engage the senses in a way that grounds them in the moment. And by grounding, I mean reconnecting to the moment and reconnecting to what's around them so that they can feel safe, comfortable, and calm. And the other thing that's an added benefit of this essential oil silly putty is that after using it and playing with it, which in itself is a grounding activity because you're using your sense of touch and you're using pressure and that sort of thing to reground yourself, your hands will actually smell like the essential oil, and that sense of smell, and being able to smell the calm of the essential oil is something that will help them even after playing with the Silly Putty. So it was a really cool activity, and it's one that we'll continue to do because it's one that they really enjoy. It gets the teens up, it gets them active, it gets them working together to create the recipe. So there's teamwork, there's communication, all of these amazing things that come from just being in a group and working together. I will share the recipe so that all of you have it and you can recreate it at home. I actually made it with my own son too, and he loved it. Although he didn't want glitter in his. So that is just what I wanted to share with you all today. I was really excited that all of the teens loved it. And interesting, like all different kinds of teens. I had my creative teens. I had my teens that had more severe concerns that they were dealing with. So all across the board, all of the teenagers really enjoyed creating the Silly Putty and learning about the self-soothe skill in DBT. I'm actually in our art therapist's room today here at the center, and she will be running an art and activity group in the near future where she will be doing cool activities like creating different pieces of art and possibly creating something more tactile like Silly Putty, something like that, because the teens tend to respond so well to it. I'm going to pick Penny up and show her to you. And so if that is something that's of interest to you, please feel free to reach out to us. There's only 2 spaces left in that group. But overall, we're really enjoying working with teens and preteens here at the center and giving them some cool activities to help them learn how to self-soothe, how to cope with difficult feelings, how to really be effective and make healthy choices in their lives. So hopefully this was helpful for you, and have a great day. Bye. Say bye, Penny.